Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren Pons, and today we're talking about something every man should be doing right after intimacy, but most completely ignore. And that mistake costs more than they realize the moment is over. She's still close to you, her breathing is slowing. Her body's still warm, her heart's still carrying everything that just happened. But in that exact moment, most men do the same thing. They pull away, they turn over, or they grab their phone like everything is finished. Here's the truth. What you do in the next 5 to 10 minutes more than what just happened before it. Those few minutes can either deepen her connection to you in a powerful way or quietly undo everything you just built. Because right then, her body is still open, her emotions are still active, her system is full of chemicals that make her feel connected and vulnerable at the same time. One small action from you can turn a good experience into something she keeps coming back to in her mind again and again. So today we're going to talk about what's happening inside a man after release and what she quietly needs in that moment, even if she never says it. Before we get into it, a quick note. Content like this usually doesn't go on the main channel. These videos come from requests by subscribers who want deeper, more detailed topics. Soon, content like this will only be available to members. So if you want access and the chance to request your own topics, join now. Now let's get into it. First, pull her close. Most men don't realize that the moment intimacy ends is actually when one of the most important moments begins. In those first few minutes, she is at her most open state. Her guard is down. She's emotionally present in a way she usually isn't during the day. What you do in that moment matters more than it seems. And the most important thing you can do is simple. Pull her close, don't turn away, don't check your phone. Don't stay there physically while your mind is already somewhere else. Just bring her closer and stay there with her. That one action tells her everything without saying a word. It tells her you're still there, that the connection didn't end the second the physical part did. What this does emotionally is powerful. In that moment, one of her biggest fears is that she just opened herself to someone who is already checked out. That quiet fear disappears the second you pull her in. Her body relaxes, her breathing slows. The moment shifts from something uncertain to something safe. Small touches make this even stronger. A hand gently moving along her arm, fingers tracing lightly across her back, a soft kiss on her shoulder without expecting anything back. These aren't actions for show, they're signals. They tell her that she matters as a person, not just for what just happened. And that difference means everything. Second, sensual touch. There's a type of touch that isn't about desire or performance. It's not leading anywhere. It's not asking for anything. It's just calm, present, and real. That's sensual touch. Most men only understand two types of touch. One that serves a purpose and one that creates desire. But this kind of touch is different. It's slow, relaxed, and meaningful without trying to be. A hand moving gently across her arm with no goal. Fingers resting on her shoulder just because she's there. That kind of touch says, I'm here with you. Without needing words, this has a real effect on her body. It continues the release of oxytocin, the same hormone responsible for bonding during intimacy. So instead of the connection stopping when the moment ends, it keeps going. It also shows something about you. A man who wants a woman physically is common, but a man who stays gentle and present when nothing is expected from him is rare. And she feels that difference immediately. That's what separates a man she enjoyed from a man she keeps thinking about. Now, let's talk about what to say and what not to say. This moment doesn't need a speech. It doesn't need anything complicated. It just needs the right kind of words said the right way. Some men talk too much. They fill the silence with jokes or random comments that break the mood. Others say nothing at all, which can feel cold if it lands the wrong way. The best approach is in between. Simple, real, and warm. A quiet "you okay?" said with care, saying her name softly, letting her know you're glad she's there without making it heavy. What matters most is that it feels real. Generic compliments don't mean much in this moment, but something specific does. Something that shows you are actually paying attention to her, not just the experience. Then remember, tone matters more than words. She's not analyzing what you say. She's feeling how you say it, whether it's real or just something you're saying out of habit. Say less, but mean it more. Third, presence over phone. Nothing ruins the moment faster than reaching for your phone right after. It seems small, it feels automatic, but she notices it instantly. The second your attention leaves her and goes to a screen, the entire feeling changes. Not in a dramatic way, but in a quiet way that matters. It tells her that something else is more important than her in that moment. That the connection you just shared has already ended for you, even though she's still inside it. That one small action sends a message you probably didn't mean to send. Being present doesn't require effort. It just means staying, keeping your attention in the moment instead of jumping to the next thing. Your phone will still be there later. This moment won't. What your presence shows is simple, that she was worth your attention during intimacy, and she's still worth your attention after it. Fourth, going the extra step. This is where most men completely separate themselves without even realizing it. There's a type of man that women hear about but rarely actually experience. The man who doesn't just show up during intimacy but shows up even more in the quiet moments after. And it's not about anything big, it's the small, thoughtful things. Getting up and bringing her water, adjusting the blanket so she's comfortable, taking a second to make sure she's okay before thinking about yourself. These are simple actions, but they carry a weight that goes much deeper than they seem. Because in that moment, nothing is being asked from you. There's no expectation, there's nothing to gain, and that's exactly why it matters. What those actions communicate is clear, that you care about her, not just what happened, that she matters even when there's nothing in it for you anymore. That difference is something women feel immediately. A man who only shows up when he's getting something is common. A man who shows up when there's nothing to gain is rare, and rare is what gets remembered. Even something as small as handing her a towel or making sure she's comfortable can leave a stronger impression than anything that happened before. It shows a mix of strength and softness at the same time, and that combination is powerful. Fifth, consistency in your energy. One thing that creates confusion for women in this moment is when a man suddenly changes. Before intimacy, he was present, attentive, engaged. Then suddenly after, his energy drops, his tone shifts, or he becomes distant. That contrast stands out immediately, because from her side, nothing changed. She's still in the same emotional space, but from his side, it feels like the moment ended, and so did his presence. Consistency is what builds trust. If you were warm before, stay warm after. If you were attentive before, stay attentive after. Don't let your energy drop the second the physical part is done. That sudden shift can make her feel like the connection was only real for you during the moment, not after it. But when your energy stays the same, it tells her something important, that what just happened wasn't just about the act. It was about the connection, and that connection is still there. Sixth, understanding what she's actually feeling. In those moments after intimacy, a woman is not just thinking about what happened physically. She's feeling everything at once, the closeness, the vulnerability, the connection. And even if she doesn't say it, what she's really looking for is reassurance, not through big words or promises, but through how you show up. She's paying attention to your tone, your body language, your presence. She's noticing if you're still there with her or if you've already checked out. This is where most men misunderstand the situation. They think nothing is required after the moment ends. But from her side, this is when it matters the most, because this is when she decides how she feels about you. Not based on what you did during the moment, but based on how you treated her after it. At the end of the day, none of this is complicated. Pulling her close, staying present, using simple, genuine touch, saying a few real words, doing small, thoughtful things, keeping your energy consistent. These are simple actions, but they create a completely different experience. And the men who understand this don't just create better moments, they become unforgettable. Not because of what happened, but because of how they made her feel afterward. Pulling her close costs nothing. Staying present costs nothing. Being thoughtful costs nothing. It just requires awareness. And that's what separates average from rare. Drop a comment below and tell me which one of these you're going to start doing differently. I read every single one. If this gave you something real, hit the like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, content like this will soon be exclusive to members. Make sure you don't miss out.